There's something wrong with the markets today. They keep on going down. October is here and it won't go up. What is going on? We're living in the red. Hey, what's going on, guys? What's happening? I just thought of that the last 1 minute of the countdown. How did it sound? Was it okay? Was it all right? Did it, kind of make sense for what's going on here? Anyway, it is Saturday, time for our live stream. Crypto markets are crashing, and we have no idea what is happening. So let's scroll on up here and see what's going on. Everyone's saying Iran, everything's happening. Technically, that only really has to do with Kaspa based on the devs, but who knows? We'll see what happens. I still think December is really the key month we're looking for. Nothing to do with October and all this other stuff that's going on, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, coming in, I see Schaefer is there. Happy Saturday. What is going on? Ogre MGTOW, what is happening? Squirrel Master, what is that? Deva, what is that? Yeah, Deva J44 5, what is happening? Anyone know any coin to mine spec mining? Well, all of them right now is technically spec mining at this point because no one knows what is happening. Button time. Budweiser. Nailed it, kind of. Mr. over there, another button right after.
Rud Potts nuclear power plant himself, Rud Potts.
And speaking of Rud Potts and everyone in Europe, in the last video there I was getting comments, and a lot of people in Europe are pretty much forced that they cannot mine with power prices pushing past 35 to 40 cents in some areas. Nothing is profitable. Even if some of these coins hit an all-time high, they're still going to be breaking even if they're lucky. It's pretty insane how high the power prices are for, some people out there. Continuing on here, we do have Squirrel Master, Grey Wolf, what is happening? Frank B. Zagatti, what's going down there? Angelano Sevenance, greetings from Belgium. Nice. What's happening over in Belgium today? Fill us in. How's Belgium doing? First time 13. We got Speed Target, Keith Henninger, NSS, John Franquist, aka JFA. What is happening? Morning, everybody's. Keith Henninger, Canada time again. Well, it's always Canada time on this channel because, well, I'm in Canada, right? Duke Nukem in the house. What is happening? Oh, I see MilkMax_1 finally made one of your live streams over on the Twitchster. What's happening over there? Nice to see you. Continuing on over on the Tubester here, we got, what is that, Minister Polyglot, and GM Zombie. Good morning, zombies. Zombie people, zombie things. Oliver SC. It is zombie season. Halloween's next week, which is pretty insane. Just jumped on me. Who did I miss besides a whole bunch of people? Let's see here. I see Mr. Polyglot. What's happening? D. Carlari. I can't say that. Carly. Rabid mining. Europe is garbage with Mika regulation and price per kilowatt. It's impossible to mine. Yeah, that sucks. Places in Europe, it makes a lot of sense to run solar, I guess, because you would save quite a bit in power costs for sure. Sucks to be in Belgium. Mining too expensive. Electricity. 7 p.m. Belgium. At 7 at night there in Belgium right now. That's crazy. It's insane. It's almost bedtime for you guys, depending what time you go to bed, I guess. But yeah, power prices are crazy over there too. What's your power prices in Belgium? That's insane. It sucks. Some places are so expensive and other places are super, cheap. Well, I'm not super cheap. I'm decent price, but there's other places, a couple states out there that are 7 to 8 cent power. That's unreal. That's absolutely insane. 7 in the evening. Nuclear or wind power in Europe. Yo, what's happening? Crypto Pounder 4. You pay 15 cents and have solar panels. Nice. 15 cents is an okay middle ground. I think 25 cent plus, you really, maybe even 20 cent plus, you start to see more and more. And obviously 40 cent power, you see a lot. I'm sitting around, the 10 to 11, possibly sometimes 12 cent range, depending on how much power I'm using at the time, because third parties, they charge more the more power you use, and that I can't deal with that. But my select power rate is only 6.5 cents Canadian, but the third parties is over double of what I pay in power, which is absolutely insane. But that does work me out to be anywhere from 10 to 12 cents. depending on how much power I use. And for me, solar won't really save me that much. You know, it's going to be very expensive for me to do something like that. But 15, 20, 30, 40 cent power, I think you'll definitely see it's definitely worthwhile to probably look into that. But mining is a hobby, so we see future and keep filling our pockets. That's true, you know, depending how you run your farm. Yes, mining is definitely a hobby for most people. If you're only running, you know, 2 to 6 cards, maybe 10 cards or something, or 10 CPUs, 5 CPUs, then, you know, it's a hobby. But once you start getting to a certain level, like say maybe you have 50 CPUs, or, you know, maybe you got 100 GPUs and things like that, it kind of moves away from the hobby stage. And you really got to realize, you know, okay, well, what's going to cover my power bills and what's going to do this? There's another level of thinking when it comes to mining crypto, depending on your size. Yeah, if you just have a couple GPUs, a couple CPUs, you know, maybe just a single KS0 still, then, you know, that 100 watts is not going to matter. You can just run them forever and not really care if it's profitable or not. And then hopefully something emerges. But when you really start running a lot of power, you know, the bills add up fast when it comes to your power costs there. Guys, I'm getting fired from my job. What should I do? What? David J445. What's happening? Why? Shortage of work? Is it like a trade thing? What's happening? What's happening out there? That sucks. Buy high, never sell. Yeah, get a new one. Yeah, I guess you can definitely look for a new one, but, you know, depending where you are, some places, you know, it's hard to find, you know, jobs and stuff these days, it sounds like. Getting on your Discord is impossible. Help when you get time. Oh, MilkMax. So check the verify channel and try the /verify option. See if that works for you or not. I tried changing things around, and hopefully that verify option should work. It's so weird because bots keep getting into Discord all the time, but it seems like normal people can't. So I don't know what's going on there. You don't need Nitro. Some people thought you need Nitro. That's why they're not getting their DMs. That has nothing to do with it. It's something to do with DMs. Some people are getting in, some people can't, and it seems like bots are somehow getting in also through it. So I don't know what the full issue is there. I could just go straight to a click this link and then you're in type of thing, like, you know, the thumbs up or something. But then I tried that a few months back and just got flooded with bots. So I don't want to go back to that because, you know, it sucks. But yeah, I don't know why so many people are having issues lately, it seems. I'm just not sure. I'm trying to figure it out, but I don't know what's happening there. But yeah, try the verify command and see if that helps or not. And then get back to me because I'm curious if that works. What do we got here? Grin G1 mining making more money. The 2OC KS0 Pros. Yeah, I heard that G1 Mini. I've never tried any Grin miners or mined Grin, but some people have been using them for years from my Apollo and stuff. And, you know, they've been saying they've been doing pretty decent, you know, depending on the price and stuff. But for the most part, Grin mining seems pretty decent, but I've never looked into that one. That's a miner I should probably try to get a hold of. I'm getting fired because I was accused that I don't know the SH word and D and all, but the point is I'm a hard worker there, the loyal one, even learned how to wield to help more, but yeah, still, see, that's messed up. That's not very, especially that wording, that doesn't seem like good. You know, I'm from Canada and, you know, stuff like that, you're not supposed to be mean to people like that, so that's kind of, you know, the wording in that seems pretty toxic workplace. So, you know, maybe you're better off finding something else. Says no permission to send message. Area is blanked out. Being tried for 2 months. Left channel and came back. Really? That's messed up. Huh. I don't know. So that you don't have permission to even do anything in the Okay, I'm going to have to go into that and look at the roles and permissions because you should have permissions to type there. Maybe that's where my issue is. So I'll check that out after the live stream and see what the heck is going on there. I'll go through that. Come to Dubai. I will give you a job. There you go. Come to Dubai. All right, so let's kind of look at some things. Crypto markets looking pretty rough. Looking pretty freaking rough. So Bitcoin is down to 66.9K right now. What was that? It went a little over 69 the other day, but yeah, we're seeing some downage trend here. BNB. Let's just see. What is our top gainers for the past day? Avian. Someone must have bought $10 of Avian today because it's up 500%. Nacho is up there at 8%. So that's not too shabby. I don't know if any of you guys got some meme coin stuff. I don't really like meme coins, but you know what? I FOMO'd into this one here. I'm not going to lie. I did FOMO into this one. I got some Nacho to see what will happen there. We got some Aeon is up 3%. XDAG 2, nothing really major. High Mapper 1. Wow, like it's looking pretty rough. Now for our most losers here. Oh, we do have Yatacoin here. Kaspa fell 23. SC Prime, Wasi Zil. Leo's down 11%. $1.58. Leo's down only $1.58. Wow. Kaspa's at 11 cents. This one is rough. What is going on with Kaspa, guys? This dip happened yesterday. It went to just over 10 cents. It dropped below 11. That's a dip. What is happening with Kaspa? It's been looking pretty rough here over the past month. How about the 1 year? 1 year is looking not too shabby still. You know, it's still not the greatest. But the past month, it's just been falling. Oh, just not looking good at all. Look at our Kaspa ASICs mining and stuff here. Like, is there even a K heavy? There isn't even a K heavy hash miner in the top 10 here. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Yeah, top 10 here. So what's like KS5L right now? 94 cents. A KS5L is only it's up to $1.11 now. Wow. No free power. What is this thing at? It's only at $9 a day if you had free power. You know, the network hash rate increasing, block reward reductions, which another one's going to happen next month. And then we're going to have, you know, and the price, like it's looking freaking rough right now when it comes to Kaspa miners. That sucks. Absolutely sad. We got the AL1 Pro. Like that thing's only making $26 a day. It's pretty sad. The one thing that's still consistent, we're seeing it down in the market. Even Doge is down quite a bit again and stuff. But the L9 has still been hanging out around $20 a day. And really, realistically, the only way this has to go is up from here. So, you know, I still think probably for crypto mining, when it comes, if you're an ASIC miner, or, you know, you like Dogecoin and stuff, the most stable miners seem to be script miners. And yeah, this thing is still hanging in the $20 a day range right now, even with everything kind of crashing. And when it starts coming up, the numbers are going to look pretty insane on that thing. Mining pool stats. What do we have happening here? Not too much. Any new coins? Anybody following this? What's Bitcoin oil? We got Bitcoin oil. So yeah, it's another SHA 256. We got Atom X11, 12. Wasn't there already an Atom? For some reason, I'm thinking there was an Atom a while ago. This only says 12 days, so I don't know. Lucky Bits, ETH hash coin, 32 days. What else? Fractal Bitcoin. This is the one some people are kind of talking about. Supposedly, this coin is now being merge mined. It's only 48 days old by the looks of things. 17 known pools, but it's merge mined with Bitcoin right now to hopefully add a little bit of profitability. I didn't run any numbers, so I don't know how well it's doing. Kaspa V2, how is that doing? Oh, I don't really think this is going to be worth anything really. They're going totally by rug pulls tactics. You guys mind Kaspa V2? Like, don't get me wrong, I have no idea. I didn't try it, never looked into it, but just going on Twitter and stuff, they're constantly tagging everybody in all their posts. I don't care about what you're saying. Don't tag me. If I want to know what you're saying, I'll follow you or something. You don't have to tag me in it. So constantly, every day, I'm getting 2 or 3 tags from Kaspa V2. There's some other coin out there that keeps tagging me like crazy as well, and I just ignore it. Okay, bye. As soon as I see the name of it, I just don't even read what they're saying. But they're using the pump our coin, check out our coin type of tactics, tagging everyone they can think of, and then saying whatever. I don't even know what they're saying because I don't read them. But, you know, I don't have any faith in that coin at all, personally, just by the way they're trying to do things here. So cancel that one out for me. And then if it starts doing something, maybe I'll look at it. We'll see. Veer's coin has been interesting lately. What is the hash rate? It's at 2. So there's been a botnet coming off and on the past little while. Here we can see it kind of spiked up again. It was a few days before this finally blanked out. It was here for a little while. There's a pretty big botnet there. There's also, what is it? Over 190 some GPU or CPU China farm turned on here. It's like 25, 26 gigahash worth of, it looks like the hash rate is equivalent to around, every worker looks to be about a single Epic 7742, and there's over 100 of them, like 180, 190 of them. Every worker's hashing about the same. So, you know, it's a pretty big China farm, and they're running on the China stratum, which is assuming they're from China. Maybe they're not actually from China, but that's the stratum they're using. So, some crazy stuff out there right now, but mining profitability is not looking too hot right now. Look at the 4090 on a Leo is down to only 77 cents. Now the price is down quite a bit and it's still leading. This is something we talked about a while ago, is this is still a huge coin. Price isn't looking good, but the emissions are still high, where, when it was $5-6, insane profitability was pretty insane. Was it $6-7 a day on a 4090 after power? Then, we were talking, we made a couple videos on how to mine it, and we talked about some live streams, and it dropped down to like $3 or $4 at that point. And, the profitability was still at like over $2 to $3 there. And we're still saying, this could drop to, under $2 and still be really profitable. Everyone's like, oh, no, that's too much of a price drop. It's not. And now we can see we're at like $1.60, $1.58 or something, and it's still the top coin on most of these cards. The emissions is huge here. But one thing we can keep in mind is I'm debating. I don't know if it's worthwhile. I did do that video. Did you guys see that video where I said, move your hash rate around the other day, altcoin season mining, capitalize, yada, yada. So with this, we're seeing price come down, people talking smack about it sucks now, blah, blah. You still can't argue it's still one of the most profitable coins you can mine, even though the price is down huge compared to what it once was when it first kind of came out here to mainnet. But, hash rate might be moving off. The yields might be picking up. I still think come January or something, when the asics hit, we could see a pretty big pump on it from Bitmain or whoever does their thing there. So, we might have a chance for getting some pretty good yields right now as people are pulling off the network because the profitability is dropping. Now 3070 is 3070 profitable on this right now? 5 cents. So not very profitable at all. But again, if those yields are pretty high, it's looking actually not too shabby. Does this say how many coins you should get? Let's just go. Actually, we can look at this right quick. A Leo calculator. So if I just put in, what did I have? I had about I had about 7 mega hash or so. I'm just going to put in, calculate. How much a Leo should it tell me? 4.81. Okay, so I just want to see here. This is a good way to see if yields are up or not. Go to the ZK pool here. And I just want to go to previous payouts. And I'll get an idea of my hash rate. So, okay, I guess 6.16, 6.93, 6.74. I'm just going to put 6.74, I guess. As we know, it fluctuates. 6.74. We're going to calculate that. All right, so it's saying we should be getting about 4.9 a Leo per day. Profits 4.62. So 4.9 a Leo, and I was getting 4.2, 4.7. So the yields are a little bit higher, but it's still not looking like it's much of a boost to being higher. So it's nothing major. I was hoping, we'd be maybe doubling our yields up almost at this point, but that's not looking like the case. So, maybe it's not a good idea to point back on there depending on some of the GPUs that you have. So, it was an idea, but it might not be working. What do we got here? Scrolling up. L3 Plus. What is he doing? The L3 Plus? You want to look up the L3 Plus? We can have a look at that. What's someone else saying here? The best miner for Kaspa is the Gold Shell KA box 1.6 terahash. I knew it was a joke as soon as I seen gold. I didn't have to read all of Gold Shell because Gold Shell is the worst miner for any coin out there. They're horrible, guys. They're Gold Shell. I don't know what's wrong with them. I'm going to message them. And I'm still trying to think how to word it by not being mean, but trying to get answers type of thing. L3 Plus. How is the L3 Plus doing? That's a great question. Is that on here? L3 Plus. -$1. So the L3 Plus is doing -$1. Now, okay, 504, -$5. What are they saying? How much power is 8? Yeah, see, that's wrong. In theory, if you're using Hivon firmware, you guys can't see that, but the L3 Plus is actually doing about the 505 to 550 mega hash, but it's only using like 500 watts or something, quite a bit less than what this is. So it might be doing a decent amount better than this. We can work that out right now. So if let's just say 500 watts, 500 times 24 divided by 1,000. And then this is based on 10 cent power. So I guess we'll just time that by 10 cents. That's $1.20 a day. What's this making? 87 cents. So it's still not that good. Minus 0.87. So it's negative 33 cents. So it's negative 33 cents, not $1.04 like it's actually saying. So it is actually a lot better than what Mining Now is saying based on the firmware that you use for this miner. So, you know, in theory, the L3 Plus could start turning a profit. That's an old miner. Old miner. That came out in what, 2016, 2017 or something for Script. So it's pretty old out there. But especially at, you know, this day and age, and it could, even that miner could start turning a profit once Dogecoin and stuff starts moving. So it's interesting to think that it's only down to negative 33 cents, and it could be pushing into the green once those things start going. L3 mining Dutch like 10 merge coins. Yes, but maybe you missed that video. Let's just kind of run through it right now where I ran through it. Mining Dutch actually gave less daily rewards. Even though you're mining all those coins, I was making more on other pools. So here's actually where I kind of had it. Let's have a look here. Now, I did record, there's a video on this, and I can't remember. When I recorded, I remember, but I can't remember all the details on this. So based on this, I just want to say, so I ran each one for a little over 24 hours, so I get a full average hash rate. So via BTC, I got $3.21 worth of it at the time. I can't remember the prices or anything at the time. And then $20.83 worth of Doge and $1.63 worth of bells for a total revenue of $25.64. Actually, I think this might have been at the time, $24.36 at the time. 25 was when I put everything together because Dogecoin started going up a bit in price. Mining Dutch, I got $23.72, but I was getting converted everything in the Dogecoin, which then, yeah, so that's what's going on here. So I made $23.72. Here we can see I made more on via BTC just mining those 3 coins, because Mining Dutch, even though it's mining all those other coins, they're not worth anything. Yeah, they could see a pump, but you're not going to be able to sell them or anything. And, you know, they're just worthless other coins. They don't do nothing for you. But you know, the other coins, and Mining Dutch is too small for Dogecoin and Litecoin to really be finding enough blocks for the hash rate that it has. So that kind of, you know, was up in the air with that one as well. But the point here is I made more per 24 earnings per day more than what Mining Dutch made me. Now, Mining Dutch, when Dogecoin pumped a couple days later, it ended up making more, but that's because I was converting on the Doge. My Doge for that day went from $23.72 upwards to $28.45, making that the most amount, because these two I was getting the other coins here. Because when it comes to script mining, Dogecoin is where all the money's coming from. 90% or so of all your daily earnings is coming only from Dogecoin. Dogecoin is also one of the coins that possibly has the highest, it could be one of the largest gaining cryptos, as we've seen. It went to 60 some cents, now it's only like 10 to 13. It has huge pump value moving forward. So, you know, I'm slowly, once Bell's Coins does this 90% nerf coming forward, that means we're probably going to be making 20 cents worth of bells. I'm probably going to start auto-converting everything into Dogecoin through something like, I don't think I'll use Mining Dutch because it's not finding, you know, it's not doing very well when it comes to Doge itself as well as Litecoin. But I might go to something like try Unminable or something. That way I can convert everything to Dogecoin. Unminable was really good pool. I might also try PowerPool again as well for that. We also have PowerPool here, which we can see. I got $23.45. Now, it is PPLNS, so I don't think I gave it a fair shot. That's why I want to try it again, is because I have to wait for that full share log. So I should have waited a couple days for that one here, and I think I cut it short. But, you know, after the Doge pump, because I was auto-converting everything into Doge for that one as well, and it came out to be $27.47, which, again, was more than the other ones. AppPool was an interesting one. I wasn't testing this one, but I have someone else with an L9 who was testing it as well, and it may have been the most profitable pool of them all. Based on his, when I first did these numbers, he was getting $25 a day. You know, that's the highest revenue per day mining all these coins by itself. As you can see, you know, $24.36, $23.72, 23, and AppPool actually got $25 in 24 hours versus that. So I still got more testing stuff to do, but I did notice that for daily earnings and stuff, Mining Dutch isn't that good. Just because you're mining 11 coins on PPS mode doesn't mean you're actually making more money. You're tricking yourself into thinking I must be earning more, but you're actually not. But again, maybe it had a bad day when I did it. That could be a thing too. But I did mine on Mining Dutch for a couple days, and then as soon as I went to the different pools, I was noticing higher daily earnings. So Mining Dutch isn't as good as it's led on to be. Anyway, that's my 2 cents based on that, with a single L9 anyway. Unminable, a good pool earning well on Shaw and Script. Yeah, like I remember a while back when I had 3 mini Doge 3s, I was testing 3 different pools at the exact same time. And when it did come to Script, Litecoin pool has always been good. Via BTC has been good. But this is before Bell's mining, obviously, as well. But Unminable did actually earn the most in daily revenue and getting paid out all in Dogecoin. So that's why I kind of want to go back and give it another shot here to see how well it's doing. I did message them and they don't mind Bell's coin. So you are losing Bell's coin in that. That is an extra a little over $1 or something. But I think once that 90% nerf comes, it should be coming in about a week or two, that it won't really matter at that point. And that way, maybe Unminable will still be the top coin. But right now I am, I'm rocking mining via BTC. I do like the pool, and obviously they do all help the channel and stuff out as well. But this is not sponsored thing. I do enjoy actually their pool, and it is one of the top pools for Script. I am noticing the profitability is there as well for it, so it is good. And once the Bells does disappear in terms of the yields and stuff, dropping the emissions by 90%, then I might look elsewhere, because Bells, who cares at that point? I feel Bell's tricked everybody. They're trying to pump themselves off, live off. Oh, yeah, the dev also made Dogecoin, blah, blah, blah. Well, Bell's came before Dogecoin and stuff like that. But now they got merge mining on there, and they're making stupid tweets everywhere, too. Like, do you think miners are going to ditch Bells with a 90% nerf? No, they're not. Here's why everyone loves Bells. And they're saying stupid things like this. And the point is, miners can't leave. If I had a choice to turn Bells mining off once they do that, I would say yes, just to go against their stupid remarks. Like, seriously, miners have to mine Bells at this point, because all the main pools with all the hash rate are merge mining it. So you have to mine it. You don't have a choice as a miner not to mine Bells anymore. But I do have a choice technically, as Unminable says they don't mine Bells. So once that 90% drops, then I can go to that and not mine Bells. But, it's just kind of, it's weird out there. Some of these projects just, they're pretty dumb. What do we got over here? That's a ring bell over here. Is the CMP 100 210 worth getting? For the cost, it's a decently, it's a decent valued GPU. Now, it also depends where you're going to get it from. Respec is where I got mine from, but you can no longer buy them from Respec directly. You actually have to trade in your gaming hardware, and they are accepting, GPUs, they're accepting motherboards, they're accepting CPUs, power supplies. Like, they're accepting everything now for CMP trade-ins. They're also running very, very low on stock. They might even be gone by now. I don't know. I haven't talked to them for a couple of weeks now, but they were getting very low. They're trying to get more in, as well as HX 170 cards. But I think the mining cards, like, it's funny how things change constantly. Like, you guys remember if you guys were mining Ethereum back in 2020, 2021, and so on, everyone's like, I want GPUs, it has resale value, blah, blah, blah. And I'm never going to buy an ASIC. CPUs suck. Don't even try buying them. Blah, blah, all this stuff. And now we fast forward to a bear market with no Ethereum because it went POS, too much hardware on the network. Everyone's trying different things, and their total mindset has changed. Because in theory, if you still were a GPU miner and cared about resale value, you wouldn't even look at a CMP card. Why? Because they don't have any resale value at all. The only person you're going to be selling these cards to, if you don't want them anymore, is other miners. And if the markets aren't looking good, no one's even going to buy them in the first place unless you give them away for free. So that's out of the question. I think there's more value in holding your gamer cards, personally. Because, example, like what I do is, I do eventually, like, I don't really care about resale value, but when it comes to a CMP card, it kind of makes sense, because eventually I'm going to want to upgrade my farm to 5090s and things like that. So I'm going to try to sell my 3060 Ti's and stuff, and I'll actually be able to get, a few $100s for them, not be able to sell them, and then probably only have to sell CMP cards for $50. Now you traded off all your good gamer hardware, which you could have actually sold, but now you can't sell any of these to upgrade, because eventually I think the 100-210, which yes, it's getting hyped right now. And I had the question, how come people weren't talking about this card back when Ethereum was around? And the CMP 100-210, it wasn't around back then. This is actually a fairly newer GPU. It's only like a year or so old. I think Tech Power Up first started talking about, the end of 2023. So the end of last year, moving into this year. So it's a fairly new card. It's a newer CMP card that has emerged. It wasn't around back then. That's why we're not seeing all this hype when people were building all these GPUs and so on and stuff like that. So you got that aspect of it. But moving into the future, I don't think it's going to be that good. Coming in when 5090s and other new gen comes along, you're going to need that hardware if you really want to remain competitive, especially depending on your power price for GPU mining. 3060 Ti's, 3070s, the CMP 100-210s, they're not going to cut it. Yes, they're cheap, but I do not go out and spend, just because something's only $150, $200. I don't want to buy 100 of those and then be super negative per card for the next 3 years and hope for a pump. Or you could spend the same amount of money, and well, not for 100 of them stuff, but you actually get a good, efficient hardware, have the ability to be profitable, as well as have the ability to have a huge resale value and have the ability to be able to run AI aspects of things and stuff, and hash rate rentals and things, because that's getting a lot bigger than it was as well. And the CMPs, they're not really going to be able to do that type of stuff. So you're limiting yourself with them. So that's why, personally, I think the CMP 100-210, in my mind, and everyone says I'm wrong, because they said everyone else is hyping it up. Everyone else says how good they are. So, why are you saying they're bad? And it's for the reasons I just told you. I think it's an overhyped card that shouldn't be getting as much promotion that they're actually getting. But that's why I wanted to test it and see for myself. And it's just, I think it doesn't live up to the hype that everybody was saying about it. But that's my personal 2 cents. But I'm also always looking into the future, not into right now. And I can see this card probably dying very soon when we see next gen level GPUs do arise. So that's my personal opinion on the situation. What do we got here? That's our bet. Okay, what do we got? Ogre MGTOW. I'm going to shift back into component level repairs for laptops. Interesting. Nice. What do you got there? Okay, your kit bull run coming up, even old crap will earn and may take over your electric cost. That's why they say over the L3 plus 2. See, that's the thing though. The L3 plus is still on script, and that's what I'm saying about script is probably one of the safest algorithms if you want to mine something on. Like, look at Kaspa ASICs, how fast they dropped and died off. Even early Bitcoin miners fast and died off compared to the ones we have and stuff right now. So like, script miners from 5 years ago still have a chance to be decently profitable moving forward versus the latest generation in script mining. So script is a totally different category all on its own. I don't think you can compare script versus Kaspa miners and Alephium miners and Radiant miners or any of that. Script is a very nice, well-balanced blockchain, and I think it's probably, if you're looking for an ASIC, it's probably the only one you should really be looking at personally for long-term mining, because it is so steady and stable versus everything else that's just getting slammed, and it's first generations over GPUs, and it has no time to mature. It's way too early to have that type of hardware on it. So, yeah. Script ASICs are the best ASIC investment for the long run. Exactly. That's what you did a way better explanation than I just did. I couldn't find it in such few words. But yeah, it is pretty much the best miner you could have for long-term mining. If you truly want to mine on an ASIC long-term, I would get a script miner like the L9 or something, because the L9 should be good for, we won't even see another new generation for at least another 3 to 4 years, unlike a lot of other ones where they come out every few months or once a year and stuff like that. So that's the other thing, is we shouldn't see an L11 in theory until we start seeing, till 2027, 2028, just prior to the next bull run to starting and stuff. Plus, the L9 should do pretty decent. Just like we're still going to have these L7s, they'll still be doing pretty decent moving forward. Obviously, they're going to be losing their efficiencies versus the L9s, but, it's just a totally different thing. S9 and L3 are earning up to 80 cents a day, old kit. Red Putts, I was seeing them go for $50 to $100, all in power supply plus shipping. What do we got over there? I see Case Rocker ad. Oh, you guys got an ad over there. Scaper gifted a tier 1 sub to Case Rocker. They've gained 3 gift subs in the channel, 2 of 10. Nice. We got some stuff happening over there in the Twitch there. You know, they got a lot of cool stuff happening. I just mined a little bit of Kaspa V2 just because I was bored one day, but the tokenomics are just weird. I haven't even looked into it. I don't even know what the tokenomics are. Varus is a wee bit profitable to mine for me. My best was getting almost 1 Leo a day, but right now down to about 0.6. If Goldshell could make a miner that doesn't catch fire, that would be great. That's one way to look at it, for sure. That would definitely be a good way to look at it. But, you know, my personal thing with Goldshell is they need... well, they got a spot on PR team because they make it sound like they're making the best stuff all the time and everything's so great. But if you run the numbers, they're always making the most expensive miner and the least efficient. Now, when it comes to efficiency, that means they are the worst miner. Not only are they making the worst miner, they're also making the most expensive miner for the hash rate that you're getting. So they're running top of the, you know, food chain when it comes to price here, trying to capitalize as much as they can from everybody's pockets while trying to sell you the biggest piece of junk that they could possibly dish out compared to everybody else. So you're spending the most for the worst junk trash pile you can find. So that's Goldshell in a nutshell. And so, you know, that's what I want to bring to attention. I want to mention them and I want to say that. So, you know, do you guys run any numbers personally? How do you come up with your pricing? How do you come up with your miners? Are you ever going to make a better miner? That's the other thing. Are they ever going to make a better miner? Because they haven't made any better miners at all. Let's look at this. Let's go look at their Doge miners. That's the most popular, I guess. But they have not made. You know, they may look like they have. Oh, this is a way better miner. Look at the hash rate. Look at this. It is not better at all than the worst, the older ones. If I can find the right chart here. So look at these. We got the Goldshell miners here. Here is the mini Doge 3 pluses and stuff. Look at their efficiencies. 1.56 hash to watt ratio or mega hash. What I got here? Yeah, mega hash to watt here. 2.07. And then we got Goldshell coming in here. Their efficiencies, even though they have a 3.4 gigahash high power mode, 2.6 gigahash low power mode. You're like, oh, wow, Goldshell actually made a big miner. This is awesome. No, it's still crap. It is still the same efficiencies of their older miner. They pretty much just loaded up all of the same chips into a bigger box and then sold you that for another stupid expensive price coming in. So no, this is not a good deal. And look how much power this is. 3.4 gigahash at 1800 watts. It's like, what? 1800 watts. That is absolutely insane. So we kind of did some numbers here, you know, the other day in the other live stream, and you know, we can see the alpha packs here at 1599. That's 3.33. So obviously a lot better efficiencies, you know, over double the efficiency of that. You could run 18 gigahash at 5400 watts, loading these things up on a 30 amp 240 volt breaker, where if you were to get all these Goldshell miners running here, you'd only be able to get 10.2 gigahash at 5400 watts. So same amount of power, and you can see you're getting an extra 8 gigahash for the same amount of power, buying someone else's miner that's actually good versus an overpriced, inefficient miner that sucks, which is Goldshell. They didn't make any better miner here at all. It is the same efficiency as their older box miner of the mini Doge 3, just in a bigger box. So they're sending you pretty much a mini Doge 3 plus, you know, plus size. They're giving you a plus size mini Doge 3 is all that's kind of doing. That's all Goldshell has done. They did not make a better miner at all. It is the exact same miner in a bigger frickin' form factor, and the bottom line is still that it sucks. So no, they're not winning here. Not winning here at all. Absolutely crazy. What is that? First time chat. Chaotic Rage 420. Rabid on Twitch. I've been on here for a while. You know, I've been rocking a few of them. You know, we're live on the Xster. We're on the Kickster. Oh, I see Vivek over there. Hello, can you see me? Yeah, I see you over there. So we got some chatter happening in the Kickster. We got some chatter in the Tubester. We got the Twitchster going on. It's all over the place right now. So pretty crazy times. You know, I was trying to, you know, we're branching. I've been trying to branch actually for a while now, but yeah, crazy. Is your spreadsheet Did I just say what I think I said? Did you guys hear what I said? But anyway, is your spreadsheet accessible to view? This one is not public. I had previously public ones of like the GPU one right here. Like this cost basis of how much Ethereum's making per day, how much other coins are making per day, and things like that. But I had this one public on my website somewhere. But the thing is, once I do that, I might make a new one of some of these public for you guys. But what I noticed is because I was trying to make the spreadsheet for people's profit calculators and so on here, as you can see, I still have Ethereum numbers just so we can compare newer coins and stuff to older Ethereum at its peak and, you know, when it was just before POS and stuff. But people were playing with the numbers and the hash rates, and it just got broken really, really fast. That way someone new would come in to check it out, and there's probably NA all over the place and nothing working. And then they'll be like, oh, Rabid, you sent me a link to your broken sheet. Where's the one that works? And I'll be like, no, people broken. Yeah, that's just the way it works. Because you can change all these numbers when I make them public, and then as soon as that works, all the numbers that, you know, are supposed to be calculated with each other to give you the numbers, people messed up completely, and now you have a broken spreadsheet. So, you know, I could try to make some public again, but they'll just get broken very fast. It should just be view only. I could try to do a view only one. But I was trying to just help people and say, hey, here's a calculator, let it work for you. Don't break it, but it broke fast. Spreadsheet. Yeah, I guess I did say that, didn't I? I knew it. Darn it. Anyway, I caught myself after I said it. A lot of the calculators are saying higher yields than are getting. Yeah, you can, like, calculators are, you know, my spreadsheet, I feel like every time I look at it to look at a coin, I update it based on the current conditions of that very moment. So it's usually pretty accurate. But yeah, most calculators, they're based off 24-hour averages of average hash rates, average prices, average this and so on. And, you know, it does fluctuate, but they are still decent for, you know, a baseline. You know, I'm supposed to get around this. Obviously, you know, if it's a pretty high profitability, then, you know, you should be in the profit range depending on your power and stuff. But, you know, it's a standard. It's not a set in stone thing. Obviously, the best thing you could possibly do is just run your own test. Throw a GPU on it for 24 hours and see how close your numbers were to the yields, and then work it out from there and see, you know, how accurate it actually was or not. People can do a copy and edit it. Yeah, that's very true. People could copy and edit it and make their own type of sheet. I did a video on how to stay up with mining profitability, and I actually went through the steps of creating that spreadsheet for yourself. Now, the spreadsheet I think some of you guys that might even be referring to is obviously the prices and hash rates and comparison of the miners. That's probably a one that I think I think that's what they're referring to for that one, not necessarily the profitability one, but yeah. What's the best place to buy an L9 for a maple syrup sniffer? Well, personally, like I said, I got mine from Miner Bros. Links are on the description at my website, or you come into my website right here. You see rabidmining.com, and then you can see at the top here, ASIC miners and crypto wallets. So I'm just going to open that in a new tab, let it load up. And this is pretty much all my links right here. You can see Ice River links with my code, Miner Bros with my codes and everything. We got lead miner stuff. Hardware wallets, you got Trezor, OneKey, Alipel, Ledger, Tangem wallet. Everything is here on this website, every link I have. But personally, I did go with Miner Bros where I got mine, due to the fact that usually they're cheaper than a lot of places. Sometimes some of their things are more expensive, but you also got to keep in mind that shipping prices is in the fees as well. So everything you see here that's already including shipping is DTP shipping straight to your door. You might not even end up, depending where you are. Remember, imports is a tough one, but they do drop the value. And like, I think my L9 to imports were only like $30, like $35 Canadian. So it was very low to import it. And it was $12,000 at the time. So keep that in the back of your mind. But right now, what are these things going for now? L9, search it up. So here we can see November batch is down to 88.49. So that's crazy. The L16 December batch is 81. January batch is 7,099, and the currently in stock, out of stock, 10,399. So it's already down quite a bit. So the next batch going out does look like the November batch, And, this is where I would recommend to get them. But again, I have various links down here. You can search around Coastal Crypto, Cool Dragon, Yes Mining, Terahash, Gold. Ignore Gold Shell because we just finished saying how bad they suck. But if you still want one, I got a link for it. Mine Shop, BT Miners, Vipera, and Hash, and so on. So you can check them all out. But, personally, that's usually who I get most of my ASICs and stuff around is through Miner Bros. I also got Johannes, who is in my Discord, who is a legit seller. That's actually where I got my KS5L from, was Johannes. And he actually has pretty decent price as well. So if you're in Discord, you can send a message in ASIC chat saying you're looking for pricing, and Johannes is there as well. So that's another thing. Better boy, so import fees will be cheap then. Sweet. Yeah, imports are cheap. That's the one thing you got to worry about too. That's part of shopping. People say you can't say that. Why would you pull, blah blah whatever. I don't know how to say that. But prime example here, let's go to Ice River. If we go to Ice River here, and nothing bad on Ice River, but I think Ice River is probably one of the best places to get these cheaper ones, like the KS2 Lite. 5 things under $800. It sounds like, again, I'm from Canada, so it's different for me than it is for you. But based on what I get from feedback from you guys, is also how I get some of my information. But it seems like $800 or less, your imports, you might not even have any in the States, or maybe they're only like $10 or $20. I don't know, but and it also depends on how much they declare at. But Ice River, they declare full value when you order stuff. So example, if you were to order, the AL3 here, which is sold out now, but say you're getting, KS5M, they're at $17.99 and stuff, you're actually going to get them cheaper if you go to somewhere like Miner Bros. Because if we go into here now and look at KS5M, S5M, I'm going to plug that in. Is that what we're looking at here? I just put these side by side. So we got KS5M $17.99, and here we can see $22.19. So if you order from here, you're still going to have to add shipping onto here. I don't know what it's going to be, like an extra $100 or $200 added in the cart. Plus, you're going to have to pay all the import fees, and they declare full value when they ship their miners. So now you could be coming in maybe even around $2,500 to $3,000 ordering from Ice River, where here we're actually seeing this is $22.19 all in. So that's the other thing you got to keep in mind is how do they ship their products? What's their declaration? That's another reason why, I do use Miner Bros. People say it's too expensive, but if you actually count everything they do that's on the show and price, it ends up cheaper than, some other places. So it's all about doing your research, looking around. So just, keep that in the back of your mind. Rabid never shares his CPU spreadsheets, so one can modify and learn to do self. Well, I did share the CPU one once, I think, right here. So here you can see the CPU one. This is all the CPU coins. Find it. Bam, right here. So here we're coming on to here. Now, there's a coin in here. How many coins I got showing in my stream? So since here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now, there's 17 coins in there. You guys have to the count of 10 to find one of those because there's actually a coin in there. That's the top coin right now in that list. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spreadsheet is gone. Did anybody pick out the coin? What coin in there? There's one coin in there that's doing pretty good right now. Doing pretty good. Doing not too shabby. It's not on mining pool stats. Cubic sucks. Now, it's a Cubic turned GPUs, at least until they move back to CPUs. I haven't looked at it. Plus, they only mine half the time now, so that adds in more. But yeah, no, there is a coin on there. I'm trying to get some stuff. I'm going to do a how to mine on it here, within the next day or two. Right now, if you go to their website, I'm going to give you guys some hints here. You guys probably know. But if you go to their website, there's no HiveOS miner. You used to have to run your nodes. There's one public pool open for it right now. But thanks to everybody's, loved pool, Viper. You guys know Viper.net. You guys know Itopi there. Topai, I know him. Well, I don't say his name right ever. I always butcher it. I got to look to see how you actually pronounce it. So I should probably get his name right. But he actually has a HiveOS wrapper that I'm allowed to use to show you guys how to mine it. That means no one else knows how to mine this coin because there's no HiveOS wrapper there. HiveOS wrapper. So we got a HiveOS wrapper made up, and he did it for us. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it because no one else has to do it. In their Discord, there's no wrapper, there's no nothing. So, Itopi's always trying to help the community, and this is another thing he is doing. And he made this wrapper, and he said, I can make it available. He's not trying to hide anything from people or, stuff like that. So we'll bring that to light and show you guys, how to mine that coin soon because no one else really knows how unless you do it super hard by running your own nodes and all this other crazy stuff. So yeah, wrappers are available, and I'll show you how to get it done. Anyway, that's moving forward. That coin, though, was in that list that I showed you on that spreadsheet. Does any of you guys know which one it is yet, though? I didn't get the notice this morning. What? You didn't get what notice? Which notice? Morning. Oh, Wade Mining, what's happening? Oh, you didn't get that notice? Wait, that's someone else. 4J. 4J didn't get a notice for something. For the stream? I'm sorry to hear about that. That sucks. You should get notified everywhere. Make sure those notifications are turned on. YouTube's notice. Gotcha. How about, did anyone get the notice for the video this morning about a Leo AMD miner? Right there, see? A Leo AMD miner finally. So it looks like it sucks. Based on some of the comments, maybe my overclock settings were still too high. That's why I was seeing a bunch of rejected. So I might try it again later. Again, to get full hash rates, you do have to run it for at least 24 hours and see what the pool tells you. But it was anywhere from 70 to 125 kilohash, which isn't really that good compared to like the CMP 100 210s, 3070s. 4090 is over 1.5 mega hash, so pretty insane. Yes, a Leo tanked, but we'll see. Hopefully the yields pick up because of that. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. $1.58, $1.60 is what it's at. We were hoping the yields might have gone up, but based on the calculators, they haven't really gone up yet, but we'll just have to wait and see how that does. What else do we got there? Zeph, me pausing this, me pausing the stream. He's going back and he's trying to check it out. Leo mining is dumping. Yep. But again, remember guys, ASICs are coming in January. Don't use, it's done for, whatever, moving on. I was really considering if I saw higher yields, I was going to consider turning everything back onto a Leo. But then we noticed the yields weren't really that high when we were looking at the calculator earlier on in the stream. So I'm not really going to. But, I do expect the Leo to have a price range. It's going to do something, as early as January when those ASICs hit, because it always happens. Everything always starts to pump once the Bitmain ASICs release. And Bitmain's a pretty big deal when it comes to things. Look what happened with, Kaspa and stuff when they first started announcing. That's when it started just exploding. So now, obviously, Kaspa's not looking too hot anymore. It's pretty rough out there. But, hopefully that happens to a Leo. We'll see what happens. I earned double to any comparison sites on Satoshi Cash a couple months ago, and no one seemed to get on it. Dead now, though. Yeah, that's the other thing. We don't know if any of these coins will do anything. Like sometimes if you see the profit is there and you're doing well, capitalize and, take them profits. It is okay to take profits. Like look at Pyron. Everyone said, oh, Pyron's awesome. Pyron's going to keep going up. Pyron's going to be the next best thing. And then Pyron rugs, one dev rug, not the entire team. The whole team is kind of getting crapped on right now, but really it all came down from one of the devs did this to everybody and just rugged the chain pretty much, and it's shutting down. It's going to be over with. So, people that did sell when it was hitting its peaks and highs and whatever, good for them because no one else is going to be able to pretty soon at that point because it's going to be over for Pyron here right away. So that sucks. So just because, you see people saying how great this coin is, how awesome it's going to be, for all we know, Kaspa could be the next rug pull. The way it's been treating, it could be done for also. I doubt it, but you never know. None of these coins, we have no idea how they're going to do it. The profit is there, may as well take profits if it's there. You can sit and wait and gamble longer and hope for that run because we don't know if it's going to happen or not guaranteed. Coins will pump next year. Yes, we just don't know which one. So you just never know if it is the proper time to take them profits or not. And that is the gamble of crypto. You never know what's going to happen. Pyron was based on Monero. Very low difficulty now to those who still earn. Auto convert to Bitcoin. See, that's the other thing too, though. When it comes to it and you start seeing your alts pump, like when we went over the video, I forgot to put that part into there. I said cash out and do everything. There was another major point in there I forgot to add into it. I don't know if you guys caught this one or not. Did you guys see this video? How to capitalize on, are you ready? Altcoin season's almost here, blah, blah, blah. So I was going through everything, how it pumps and when to sell. You know, most coins will start pumping early next year. It's an altcoin season. They only last a couple weeks to a month, so be ready for it. But the one thing I forgot to mention, even though I did say all those coins pump before Bitcoin does, but what I am going to do, which I left out of that, so I'm going to redo a new one as we get closer to January, maybe early January, so you're really ready for it because it's going to start happening there. But I'm going to start once the coins pump, I'm going to move them into Bitcoin. Move them into Bitcoin. Yeah, you sell them. You can put them in your bank account if you want, but move it into Bitcoin because Bitcoin pumps towards the end of the year, and all these alts are going to be pumping throughout the year. So you start moving everything into Bitcoin. Obviously, one, that's going to help Bitcoin go up. I'm not trying to manipulate anybody here, not financial advice, but Bitcoin does happen towards, October, November, December at the end of next year is when it should see its high. So in theory, you're going to be adding all these pump and dump coins, altcoins that we're mining into Bitcoin to ride the second wave to the peak of the entire bull market within Bitcoin. And then you got to get ready for step number 2, try and, dump that bag before the major dumps happen. So, you're trying to swing a double ramp up here by utilizing that type of thing. But, it's going to be tough. We got to be ready for our coins to start pumping and selling and things like that. But yeah, got to get ready. Pirate Nice Hash is sweet. It's doing good on Nice Hash right now. No guarantee that is going to happen next year. Yes, there's nothing is ever guaranteed, but I'm 99.9% sure it's happening next year. So, I've been saying this for 3-4 years at a time. Top analysts will tell you every 2 weeks, oh, it's going to go up, it's going to go down. Oh, we're going to have this. Oh, massive influx. Oh, people are getting ready for this. Oh, the bull run's right around the corner. Get ready for a massive influx of Bitcoin buying. Every 2 weeks you see something stupid like that. I've just been, I just play the cycles. I run the cycles. It's been doing the same thing since 2013, 2017, 2021. The next one's 2025. It'll be followed by 2029 and 2034 and so on. It's going to keep doing it in those cycle peaks. And, that's just what I'm going by. And I don't need to make a video every 2 weeks to tell you it's doing something different. Every couple of years we say the same thing. And so far, next year is when I think it's going to happen, and we'll just wait and see what happens. The point is, be ready, guys. Even though everyone's like, it's not going to happen, this is happening here, ignore the world. Who cares what's going on in the world? They want to keep you poor anyway. Ignore it all. Get ready. It's coming, is the bottom line. That's my 2 cents on the whole thing. BTC will probably hit back to 100K by December, early January. Yeah, and I think the peak, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing, I know a lot of the large mining farms like Luxor and Hut 8 and stuff, they're guessing around 200 to 250K Bitcoin. I think 150 to 250K is probably a reasonable number for this high. But be ready. So if we have Luxor and Hut 8 and everyone waiting for 200 to 250, you might want to set your sell orders for 199 or something, Not financial advice, guys, but you want to get there while the volume is going up, not after these major mining farms dump. Because what happens here is when these major mining farms, they've been stacking their Bitcoin, they've been doing this, but they're going to be dumping all their Bitcoin because they play the cycles also. They know the cycles is happening. So when it hits these levels, they're going to dump them all. That way, they're going to have their power, they're going to have their employees, they're going to be able to bankroll the next 4 years to the next cycle, as well as get new miners out. They'll be dumping their massive bags. There's going to be a good, huge outflow, and that's when we obviously start leading into the next bear market and so on. But be ready, because if you start selling after all those guys, you're definitely not going to be near the high anymore. Just be ready for it. That's all we can do is try to be ready for it. That's pretty much what it boils down to. BRICS currency will replace USD. It pumps BTC and USD. Third year up will be 2025. Down year will be 2026 if you go by the 4. Exactly. Towards gaming, that's 100% right. The peaks of Bitcoin and the cycle and stuff will happen 2025. And the bottom of Bitcoin, which again is the prime time to buy your Bitcoin back, is the end of 2026. Usually about 1 year from the all-time high of Bitcoin is when Bitcoin actually hits its bottom again. You know, oh, it's not that easy. How do you know when to do that? Keep DCA and it's better. No, buy at the best time. And it's laid out right in front of us, clear as day, but nobody thinks it's that easy when it's in fact that easy. Oh my gosh, why do you do this to me? Dark thing. Like, let's look at this. Let's come into here. And we're going to go to the all here. And let's just kind of, you know, look at this. Look at this little blip right here. See this? This is a nothing blip right here. There's a little bloop. Oh, something happened over there. What's going on? What is happening? This is actually a full-fledged bull run in 2013. You know, we have a $123 Bitcoin that goes up to over $1,100. So let's just zoom into that. And it's going to look a lot bigger here now. Look at that. It actually looks big at this point. But we can see Bitcoin peaked. It looks like, what is this? Is this Bitcoin? Yeah, it's Bitcoin. All right. So 2013, we can see December 2nd was the peak of Bitcoin right here of 2013. So let's go to 2014. We have to go a little bit. Actually, we don't have to. We're going to come into 2014 now. That one looks too big right there. So let's just kind of come in. Here is the absolute bottom. So here we can see January of 2015. So it was about 1 month after, but we can see pretty darn close from 1 year. So December 2nd, 2013, 1 year later, bottom. Here's the bottom, January 16th. So I guess, you know, a month after the exactly 1 year. Remember, we can't get this nailed to the day, but we can get a rough time frame within a month or two here. So 1 year, bam, absolute bottom. 2017 comes in, and let's look at this. Peak here, December 17th, 2017. And here we have the absolute bottom. Which one's lower here? This one is 34. This 3401. 34.9. So I guess this is a little bit lower here, but here we can see 1 year later. Actually, that's 2 years later. 1 year later is right here, and then a couple months later. So these are both actually almost like a double bottom. This one was slightly lower, but we can see a pretty big dip here to pretty much bottom anyway of exactly 1 year again. So we have 2017 to 1 year, 2018, December, bottom. And then I guess if you really want to get picky, it did hit another one. I wouldn't guarantee that. I'd always wait for exactly 1 year. Now let's look into 2021 here. And it's the same thing. Exact peak of Bitcoin, November 10th at 2021. So it happened a month sooner than the previous two cycles, but still within, you know, the exact same year, within the 4 year cycles here. Then we have our absolute bottom here of what? What is this? 16,521, 16,5. So it'd be about right here. So the absolute bottom here, November, 1 year. So exactly, look, 1 year, 1 year. Top to bottom always seems to happen in the last three runs here. Last 4 year cycles was 1 year from the absolute peak of Bitcoin. We pretty much see the bottom. That is your time to get all your coins again. And then you just wait. You could DCA all you want in here, but look how much more coins you'd have from this. So you sell here. Well, you're not going to sell here because obviously it's not going up at that point. No one's buying. It's going down from that. So you try to sell somewhere in this area here on the run up, right? You try to get at like 80, 90% of the peak. That way there's volume for you to actually sell your coins. And then you just wait for a year. Then you buy your coins back when you get that major dip, and then you just wait for 4 years. You know, crypto isn't rocket scientist. It seems to be that simple, and that's why I'm a firm believer of this. And then you start looking, October, you'll start seeing Michael Saylor say, Bitcoin's getting ready for 100x inbound, and guess what? The next month, Michael Saylor's right. He always knows everything about Bitcoin. No, the cycles knows what's happening here. He just plays the cycle, but makes it look like he's running everything every 2 weeks, that he knows exactly what it's going to do based on charts. No, the cycles do their thing. Follow the cycles, and it breaks down to be pretty simple of how it goes. Yes, it's 100% no name. It's a patience game. 4 year cycles. You know, you see DCA, DCA in, DCA down. Why? Buy it, sell it as close to the top as you can, which is going to happen the end of next year. Wait a 1 year. Buy it all back so you're ready for the next cycle. You're ready to go. You don't have to worry about any of this other stuff. You don't have to worry. You sit back and relax. Go on vacation for 3 years or something. Come back, check it out again. Oh, look at that. 4 years later, we're back. We're in 2029 at this point. And, we're at 2029 now. You come back, check on your portfolio. And then, look at that. Bitcoin's coming back right on schedule again. There you go. It's pretty much how it's got going. Got Rabid going now. He is running past his hour. Oh my gosh. Drink, Rabid, drink. I am kind of getting dry here. Yeah, it's 12:09. Crazy, crazy. No, I'm not going, but I just think it's that simple. We don't have to overflound it. We don't have to say, oh, this is happening on the news, that's doing that, blah, blah. You know, I think everything can be ignored. I am a firm person myself with the believers. And obviously this year will just be another test. If we see this happen again next year, all these altcoins going to start pumping, Bitcoin starts end of the year doing its thing, and then we wait for the bear market again 1 year later for the bottom. That just means it is not different this time. Everyone always says once Bitcoin starts exploding, it's bigger. Oh, it's different this time. It's not different this time. It never has been different this time. The only thing that is different this time, whether you want to like it or not, is GPU mining, because Ethereum still had a major placeholder that people think you can just forget about it. You cannot forget about what Ethereum did, because it still drives the death of GPUs. Even today, you know, this many years later, it is still the cause of GPU mining dying when it went away, because none of these coins can still support any of the hardware that Ethereum had on it alone, which is pretty insane to think about, but it is still a major deal. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on this. Anyway, guys, yeah, so I guess we are going to wrap this one up. We are over the 1 hour mark here. I'm going to go, watch a show, and maybe, I might play a game later, guys. You guys ever play Guild Wars 2? I played it a long time ago. It's like, 10, 12 years old, but I might live stream it on the gaming channel later today. I've been playing it a little bit again, and, it's kind of fun and stuff. So you guys want to come hang out and do whatever, stream video games, and if you guys want to even play with me, come check it out as well. But yeah, I might be streaming Guild Wars 2 later on the gaming channel, and we'll have some fun, talk about whatever you guys want as well as do some missions and farming and things like that. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming on and checking out this. I will be back for the AMA tomorrow. I'll see you all in the next one.
Rabid out.